Long, he put his hand around Malcolm for Philly.
Son of Howie Long, Raider great.
He played for the Rams too. Shout out to
Chris Long did.
Kevin Douglas, yeah. The weak ass Rams. And we got Seth. What's his name? Seth what? Devalve. For the Browns, and it's kind of crazy that he kneeled when like a week before the coach was like, if anybody does this, anybody does that, like I don't approve of it, blah blah blah.
Well, I think everybody has a right to do, and I get it, but the national anthem means a lot to myself personally, an organization, or a football team. I hope, again, I can't speak. I haven't really talked to our team about it. I would hope we don't have those issues. I understand there's a lot going on in the world. I like to just keep it here. What we deal with, we try to deal with as a team in our closed environment. We talk about things, but hopefully that won't happen. I can't tell you it won't happen, but I just know our guys. I don't think that's where our focus is, and we hope the things that are going on in the world get ironed out. But I know right now we're doing everything we can to get our football team better.
So I feel like it took a lot of courage for him to
Not necessarily. The coach got his ass ate up by the public. That's what happened. And then he came out and backpedaled.
I'd like to share a couple of thoughts on my recent post-practice comments when I was asked about how I feel about the Browns players protesting during the national anthem. First off, our players know that I have great appreciation for every single one of them. I respect and support their right for peaceful protests, a right afforded to every American. We've always made it clear to our players that they should embrace the platform they have as an NFL player to improve our community and use their platform in a positive, thoughtful, respectful manner.
That's basically what happened. And then I would say they probably had a little conversation about it behind closed doors. He probably had a conversation about it with his team.
But I'm saying the fact that he got his still did it after the coach came out.
Right. I mean, I'm not disagreeing. It definitely takes courage.
Why did he do it?
Do you see his interview?
I didn't see his interview.
I know why he did it. Did you see the interview?
I didn't see the interview. I heard some of it.
The interview, he said,
I wanted to support my African American teammates today who wanted to take a knee. We wanted to draw attention to the fact that there's things in this country that still need to change. And I myself will be raising children that don't look like me. And I want to do my part as well to do everything I can to raise them in a better environment than we have right now.
First of all, he wanted to be there for his teammates who are African American. Second of all, he said, I'm raising
kids that don't look like me. So I took that to mean maybe he's with
probably an African American woman, and he has a kid or she has kids, and he feel like that's her kid. Either way, he's supporting the situation.
Right. That's commendable.
So what do you think about it, right?
I'm with you on it.
You with it?
Matter of fact, when it first happened, before we even decided that we was going to talk about this on the show, I was already, it already had my words.
You already hit me up telling me.
Yeah, because I was like, this. And it's funny because I had just read an article about, I think it was written by a white sports reporter or something like that. And I believe the thing in the article he was saying was more white athletes need to start stepping up. That's basically it. And then right after that. Yes, I do.
You don't?
I'm not saying that they're wrong if they don't. I'm just saying it helps the cause.
Well, how do you feel?
You consider yourself socially responsible? I think it's your obligation to speak on it. I mean, if you don't share the same views as the negative people that are in the news, then you need to speak on that to be clear about your position. You need to express your position. Whether you agree or disagree with what's going on, you need to let your position be known.
A lot of people kind of have their heads in the sand. They want to turn a blind eye, and they don't want to recognize that there are things that are going on that might not be right. There are people that aren't getting treated right by certain other groups of people, and they just want to live their lives and not have to deal with any of this shit, which is understandable. Nobody wants to deal with this shit. We have to. You can't, because eventually it's gonna come and knocking at your door. That's just the way it goes. You let it keep going, eventually it's going to touch you too.
So, well, he said he doesn't care either way. But do you feel, if as a white person in the NFL,
I'm not white.
if you don't say anything,
And you're not in the NFL.
if you don't say anything, it's kind of the same thing though.
Silence is acceptance.
If you don't say anything, it's pretty much you already picked a side by not saying anything.
I can't argue with that.
That's in life, yeah.
And I feel like it was huge
Yeah.
for him to do that, because just like in the civil rights, we marched for a long time, but it didn't really make enough noise or nothing really happened until white people joined.
Yeah, white folks and other
So
people
as-
started standing with us.
Right. As we're minorities, at the end of the day, we're minorities. So anytime the majority supports us, it's gonna always be a win. I feel.
Beneficial.
Right. So I feel like, shout out to you, Seth, you and your family.
I don't think it's necessarily about the majority. I just think it's about other people, and not necessarily just supporting. But I think it's even more so important not to just support, but that they understand the cause at
Right.
hand.
And I feel like they kind of went
exactly
away.
what's going on.
I kind of feel like they went away. I kind of feel like everybody's like, let's boycott the NFL so Colin Kaepernick can get a job. But that's not
what
the
it is.
reason. That's not the cause for him to get a job. We don't give a shit if he gets the job.
Right.
The reason, the whole point that he did this,
The reason why he's doing it, right?
he wanted awareness to what was going
Because
on.
when he started doing it, he had a job.
Right.
So
And then he turned down 11 million. So it's not about the job. I know everybody's mad because he doesn't have a job. He's probably better than half of the quarterbacks in the NFL. But that's not the point. The point is black people getting killed by the police. We need to do something about that. That's the whole stand. All right. So we're going to close with that. Next is Maryland schools banning Redskins attire. What do you think about that?
Finally. I mean, that guy they had representing the Redskins, I don't even like that name. I don't like saying the words red and skin.
It's offensive.
To me, for sure. White skin, black skin, red skin,
Anything with a skin, that's why.
it's offensive.
What's a Yankee?
and that
The Yankees are a person from America.
image that we
Is
see
that a white person from America?
that they use for Redskins.
So you think they should ban the Redskin logo?
I think they should ban the image,
The name,
the name,
everything.
anything that.
Okay, so if you get rid of Washington Redskins, which everyone knows for their whole life,
Right.
what would they be? The Washington.
Figure it out. Okay. The Boston Celtics, they're not the Boston Whiteskins. They represent a specific group in Europe. The Celtics, right?
The Celtic community is prevalent in Boston, I believe too. No, you would ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure there are Native Americans in D.C.
I
and
mean-
Maryland, but
A lot of Kevin Durant's around there.
it's not necessarily.
A lot of Kevin Durant, or what is that?
Because that, first of all,
I mean,
that
it's black folks in D.C.
It's a lot of Wale's.
The East Coast states have the least amount of Native American population. They're the first to be killed when the Europeans showed up. So, I don't think Redskins represents Washington, D.C., the DMV, or the NFL as a whole. The last Native American to play in the NFL was Jim Thorpe.
Oh, I was about to say.
Right.
Alright.
I don't think it's respectful.
So
And
we're banning all Redskins attire. I played for the Redskins when I was in Pop Warner.
Listen, let me tell you something. When I went to a school in middle school. It was called Madison Junior High School, and this was like 86. Yeah, like 86, 87, 88. When I was going there, they changed the name then. It wasn't the Redskins, but it was something that was pertaining to Native Americans.
Braves.
I think it was like, I can't remember what the name was, but they changed the name then. We changed it to the Knights.
So you think anything
That was back
has
in
to
the
do
80s, bruh.
with Native Americans needs to be
If they find it offensive, yes.
So So like
Why
the
not?
Seminoles for Florida State, the Braves for Atlanta.
I think it's specific. The Seminoles refer to a specific tribe and group of people.
So that's cool.
That's accurate.
Right.
But
The Celtics,
Redskin.
the Celtics refer to a specific group and tribe of people from Europe. It's not all Europeans. It's not representative of all white people. It's representative of the Celtic people.
Right.
The Seminole people, the same thing applies. So I don't have an issue. But when you label them as Braves, Redskins, which is a physical description, I don't agree. I can't agree with that.
So the Memphis Moors would be cool with y'all.
Memphis Moors? Yeah. I mean,
I wouldn't have an issue.
I'll tell you what wouldn't be cool. The Memphis niggas. And I'm not trying, I'm not
So you
trying to
said, so you think Redskins and
is
the
equivalent
N-word?
to, yes, yes.
Sure. Black skin,
Yes.
white skin,
You know?
red skin.
And just think, right there in the same city, they already you got a franchise that already went through a name change. From the Bullets to the Wizards. And there was a reason behind that.
Right.
I don't know, I don't know exactly what the reason was, but I heard it had something to do with Washington being the so-called murder capital at that particular time, and they wanted to change their image. You know?
Yeah, where does Wizards come from?
You're offending people, man. You know?
That's cool.
You're offending me.
Alright, so for the last topic we're going to go over, the top 10 African American, or you want to say black?
Woo! Say it how you say it. I'm not offended by either.
Okay.
I don't
African
have a
American
problem with being
athletes.
black.
Top 10. Rob's going to give his top 10.
Mm.
Ramon's going to give his top 10.
Mm.
I'm going to give my top 10.
Straight heat.